And then you guys can fire away with questions.
I'll tell you, their Wake Forest they're known to sort of break you out of what you want to do. They really do a fine job of scouting and taking things away and trying to make you play ugly. And then they want to kind of control the tempo and control the pace. So when they started the game running with us, that was new. I mean, I thought they did a nice job, and they were matching us point for point and kind of had more energy than us to start the game. But what happened is, I think, after they kind of got through that, I think our defense just took over. And they ran, so we couldn't necessarily press them as much. But then our half-court defense, and these two, I was joking because I think they got 7 blocks combined, which is, what Stefanie's known for, her ability to block shots. And but a lot of them were scouts and switches and paying attention to the scouting report. When we paid attention to the scouting report, I thought we really shut them down. And when they scored, we had some type of a breakdown. And on the flip side, they missed some open shots Wake Forest that they normally hit, but I do think because of the tempo at the beginning of the game, they might have lost their legs a little bit. We're used to playing that fast.
Can you talk about Shenise? Didn't score that much in the first half, but had 10 rebounds at halftime.
It seemed like she had 10 rebounds before the first media. I mean, I was really impressed with her energy for the glass and kind of yelled at the team like, does anyone else besides Mel want a rebound? It was really kind of a sarcastic coaching thing, but I kind of meant it. Like, at halftime she had 10 and no one else had more than 3, and just really thought our post players needed to be a lot more involved and do a lot more for us than they were doing. And I thought Pepper came out in the second half and really hit the offensive glass, and then Sylvia came out in the second half and really changed the game a little bit with her running hook, which she's known for as well. And but her defensive rebounding, she did a much better job. But Shenise was, if I could have found her 3 assists, I'd love for her. She in my mind, she's a triple-double every night. You just know she's capable of it. And almost another triple-double is just awesome.
Do you feel the team gaining momentum right now, winners of 7 straight?
Well, no, this wasn't a momentum game at all. This was just kind of, it was, I'm complimenting Wake Forest when I say it was an ugly win for us. That's what they did. That's a compliment to their staff and how prepared they are when they come in and play it. But this wasn't anything that we feel like, oh, now we're rolling. It was really kind of disjointed and just gritty and grimy and scrummy, and that's how you have to play it. The refs were letting it go, which is fine. There was only 19 fouls called together. We usually draw 19 ourselves. So it was real physical, clogged up, and just had to hit some threes to open up the game. And I thought, Steph hit some big ones, Bay hit some big ones, but Michelle Woods had come in as a freshman, hit a really big 3 on that a designed out-of-bounds play that Coach Keeger drew up. That was a big shot for us, because that kind of put him away.
Can you talk about Rufwana coming off the bench, very effective? Talk about her play.
Yeah, I thought she was fantastic, real solid. I thought she did a nice job. And a couple of really important assists for us where she made the right read and got the, she's a player. She's a big-time player. And she's going to be, always a big-time player. So 30 minutes out of her, felt like she was fresh again and feeling good.
Has she been missing practice still with her thing?
No. She's been around, but she's definitely, distracted.
Shenise, last time out, you talked about how it was kind of odd not having Morgan out there, obviously the first time in a while. 2 players who stepped up tonight I thought were Capers and Mariah Brown. I thought they seemed to make the most of the minutes. What did you think of their performance, and how's it going in terms of chemistry-wise without Yderstrom there?
She brings the energy to us. We kind of all collectively took that on as our own role, because that's something we can do. It doesn't involve talent. But we missed Stro. I thought Capers and Mariah did a great job of getting rebounds for us, being strong inside the paint, just getting up to catch and finish. That's something that Stro did well for us. I think they give us this power set that we're not used to seeing Miami have, and just basically rebounding for us. So that's what I thought they did a good job last night. Hopefully they can do a little bit more offense for us.
Yeah.
Shenise, you talked about the first half. What were you thinking, offensively, and then what were they doing something to frustrate you, or you just?
No, not necessarily something to frustrate me. My shot wasn't falling in the beginning. I think I was like 0 for 4 in the beginning, so I said, okay, let me do something else. I started to distribute the ball and give my other teams shots, my other teammates shots. They did a great job of knocking it down, but nobody put a body on me, so I'm like, something I can always do is rebound. So I wasn't really think about me necessarily.
Shenise, how ugly was it? Coach was saying it was an ugly game.
It was grimy up there. Everything was grimy. It felt like an ACC game, though. that's how it is. It kind of felt like an ACC tourney, grinded out, game. I thought Wake Forest did a great job of just riding us like with their body and staying straight up. We're not used to that, and I think they just kind of messed up our time a little bit on offense and just did a great job of being physical with us.
Steph, you ended with. I'm sorry. Steph, you ended up with a strong night. There was a stretch there, maybe where a couple threes were rimming out. Do you get hesitant maybe to pull the trigger when like a few in a row miss, or do you just not stop? What's the mentality there? I guess are you more hesitant? Are you looking to pass the ball more? Obviously, you had some open threes and you hit a bunch of them.
I don't hesitate. It's more I try to let the shot come to me instead of forcing it, and try to find my teammates too, or penetrate middle.
Steph, do you feel with Morgan Stroman out that you're one of the players that needs to step up in her absence?
Absolutely. We all have to give, like Shenise said, like energy that Stroman brings. I think everybody can bring just a little bit more, and that match up to Stroman's energy.
Do you guys even remember losing in this building? I mean, it's 36 now.
Yes, I do. I do. What a great question to hear, though. Isn't that awesome? Oh my God. Yes.
I have one memory.
But just talk about that streak. I mean, 36 wins in a row in this building.
Yeah, well, I mean, long time coming, so that's great. And I think we've had some really special wins in the last couple of years, or 2.5 years, I guess, at this point. Really special moments in the building, and so when you talk about the streak, I don't think we necessarily think we're invincible at home, but when I think of the streak, I go, remember when we beat Florida State, and the crowd rushed in. Gosh,
oh yes,
it was just like so much fun. We're down 9 to Boston College on senior night that year, and 35 seconds to go, we come back and win. And then so there were some special things that sort of fell into place. So there is a little bit of a magic in some of those moments, and of course Rutgers, Maryland this year, just like feeling down and not knowing if you're ever going to hit a shot, and then we just explode and do some fun things. So great memories. I'd rather remember those.
When I think of the streak, I just think of pride. That's what I think of.
Does it get to the point as the streak goes on that you think like, well, it's gone this, we just can't let it end?
Yeah, yes and no. We try to just go out there and play hard every night, no matter where we are. But it's the greatest sense of urgency. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.